political leaders are also keen to reap the benefits. President Paul Biya made a very rare appearance in the Olympic Stadium in Yaoundé for the opening game. Well, Nick Ngwanyam is a regular figure on Cameroonian TV analysing politics. So how big a deal could a successful tournament be for the president and the country?
Yes, it could have been beneficial if we did the right thing. If we did our homework, it would be really beneficial. But God alone knows whether we are going to tap into all the benefits we are supposed to get. I guess we are going to lose out a lot. You know, when we realize that we spent over 12 years trying to put this thing together, and how much money has gone into it, time wasted, the finances and so on, no accountability and so many other things. And still, even as we speak, I don't think the fine details have been done with. So there is a lot.
But if Cameroon does well at this tournament, wins this tournament, there's a political benefit to that, a political advantage.
Well, that's the problem with Africa, is that we think that football, just playing football and running after a ball of air will solve the problems. After 1 month, even if we win, after 1 month, we will get back to our old problems.
Talking to a few people here in Cameroon, when they think about politics, the dominant question seems to be, who will be the next president after Paul Biya? He's 88 now. How do you see that succession contest playing out right now?
What I can tell you is that the next president who will succeed Paul Biya will be a CPDM president.
From the same party?
Yeah, it will be from the same party, but not from the same mindset. You can be very certain about that. The mindset must change, because if the mindset doesn't change, Cameroon is going nowhere.
Describe a bit, if you can, the governing party right now, how it operates, to what extent it does provide services to the people, for example.
Well, I would say that the whole nation has a lot of problems, and those problems can be tracked down to the mindset in the nation. It emanates from the people who hold the power, those that have been trained in our management schools like ENAM and so on. And at the end of the day, they formed themselves a tribe. Many of them, are more interested in just politics for the sake of politics. But if you were to question them on how to create wealth, how to create 2 million jobs for youths every 2 years, how technology brings change to a nation, and all this one. In what ways is Malaysia, Israel, Japan, and all this, in what ways are they different from us? Many of them won't tell you. They're more interested in politics. They get up in the morning, they're just in politics, and all...
But politics for their self-interest.
Yes, for their self-interest. And this is how they do it. All they do is try to praise the president. Praise the president from morning to evening. In fact, it got to a point where about a year down the road, I went on television and I told everybody on TV, stop praising the president. That's not what he appointed you for. He appointed you to work and to deliver the goods and to bring solace to the people. He didn't create a choir.
People outside Cameroon always look at the fact that Paul Biya has been president for very nearly 40 years now,
yeah.
Prime Minister before that, and they say to themselves, how? How has it happened?
Well, it happens if you know what to do. The bad thing is not the fact that he has been there for 40 years. The bad thing is the fact that Cameroonians don't know how to solve their problems. And leave Paul Biya alone, and we track down these problems to a bad educational system, which means that there are some fundamental and key things. If we didn't change those things, nothing will change in Cameroon. If the mindset were to stay as it is, and you give every political party the opportunity to be a president every 5 years and rotate it as much as you care. If you don't correct that basis that I was trying to explain to you, nothing will change. So it's not about the president being there for too long. It's about understanding what the issues are and going for them.
It's pretty difficult being an opposition politician in Cameroon right now, isn't it? This is not a level playing field in any sense of the term.
No, it's not difficult. In fact, if the opposition knew what to do, they would have taken power if they cared to. The opposition would have come together under one umbrella, speak with one voice, put one candidate up, work together, and they would have taken the power. The party in power understood that very well, because people suffer from ego issues and empty pride and so on. So they know how to get them going for each other's throat.
The analysis of Nick Ngwanyam, regular figure, talking about politics on Cameroonian TV.
Newsday BBC World Service will be back live with James and Isaac too shortly in Cameroon for a sports update. But let's go back to the US now. And